Hi there, I'm Chelsea, and today, try not to chop my head off in the video, I'm going to bring you about a 30-minute bar fusion class with some strength movements trickled in there. So for today, you'll probably want to have, I don't know, like a couple water bottles, just something that gives you a little bit of weight. Cans work, like a can of beans, can of corn. Wine bottles are actually really great for weights. So if you don't have weights at home, something like this will be fantastic. If you don't want to use weights, you absolutely do not have to use weights. Also, I'll be giving options for those of you that might have a resistance band at home. I know some of you do have these little contraptions at home. I'm not going to do everything with the resistance band, but I will give those options for you. You'll also want to have a chair for today. Usually we offer a countertop variation, but we're actually going to be utilizing a chair quite a bit today. So go ahead and grab your chair and get that set up, and then we'll start. The playlist for today is called But Yes, you can. So you can find that, and we'll go ahead and start. So once you have everything set up, go ahead and press play on your device that you're using for your music on that first song. And then we'll take a nice wide stance here. Toes will be turned out, heels will be turned in. And just begin to slide your hands down your thighs and just start to rock a little side to side. Just allowing a little bit of movement into your hips and your legs. So today we're doing more of a full body focus, a little bit of upper body, a little bit of lower body, a little bit of core. And then you can start to exaggerate these movements by dipping your shoulder down, getting a little bit of a rotation in. So we're kind of jumping right into it. A couple more rounds from side to side. One more time from side to side. And then begin to meet me in center. We'll inhale, rise our arms up, straightening the legs. As you exhale, rebend and bring your right forearm to your right thigh and side bend it over with your left arm. And then we'll circle it back and around, rise everything up. That's probably an inhale. Exhale, circle down and over to the other side. And we'll keep this going, rising up through center and down to the other side. Moving at your own pace. You don't ever have to move exactly as I am if my pace doesn't work for you with where you are. And just breathe into those areas that you want to welcome a little bit of space. We are going to get into some things real quick here in a moment. Side to side, 2 more times on each side. Good job. It's kind of a nice part of class, so enjoy it. One more time from side to side. All right, and the next time you straighten everything up, reach up, draw your hands to your center, and step to the center of your mat space. All right, so from here, we'll find our, about right hip near the chair edge. And then this is where you start to have options. If you have that resistance band, you'll step your legs through the band and strap up to your inner thighs. Also, if you would like to use weight, you'll hold it kind of goblet style right underneath your chin, so right near your collarbones. So feel free to set that up. If you're using no props at all, I'll show that variation first. So toes will be out, heels in. You're welcome to use the chair for stability. You'll step your left foot out, knees will go wide, we'll squat down for 3 pulse, 2, 1. We'll step in and squeeze the inner thighs. So that's the rhythm. You'll step out, squat, pulse, 3, and squeeze everything in. So you step out, pulse, 2, 3, and in. So you have options to add whatever kind of arms you would like. No hands at all, hands to your heart. But really engage by squeezing in those inner thighs when you come up. And stay rooted, especially in that right leg. Pressing equally into that ball of the foot, heel of the foot. And it's not rushed here. So it's a nice slow pulse and a squeeze in. There's that pause. And then you step out, pulse, 2, 3, and in. Good, keep this going. We're almost there, my friends. These will get your heart rate up. You got this. It's 3 more rounds. Nice. 2 more. Last one, step out, pulse, 2, 3, and in, and pause. Shake it off. If you are using that resistance band, just keep it where it is. Then I'll show this next round if you are using the weight, if you're a little lost on that first round, how that would look. So you're welcome to just keep your chair where it is and turn around. I'm going to move my chair to the other side of the mat so I continue to face you. So if you're with me, heels together, toes turn out. If you're using that weight, if you're holding a wine bottle or water bottle, you'll hold it right underneath your chin. And then you'll step your other foot out, squat down, pulse, 2, 3, and squeeze in. And you step out, pulse, 2, 3, and in. Keep it going. So you're familiar with the cadence, with the sequence on this side. But be just as mindful as how you're leading into it. Notice if you're really leaning your weight forward, it's not this. You're trying to keep your chest lifted the entire time. Tailbone is nice and heavy. And you're driving the weight into your heels. Notice that my knees are also going out wide. They're not knocking in. That's a tongue twister, right? Keep it going. Nice. If you're using the weight and it becomes too much, set it down. Meaning that I have to talk and do all of this with you, I'm opting out of the extra weight. A few more rounds, my friends. You got this. Again, you can use the chair for stability here if you need it. It's 3 more rounds. Good. 2 more. Nice. Last one. And squeeze it in and rest. Whew. Shake it off. Let that go. All right. So from here, we're going to do this next set many different ways through the next 20 minutes that we have left. So remember this first option. If you really love it, know that you can always come back to this variation. If you're using that resistance band around your legs, you can keep the resistance band around your legs. So from here, your hands will come onto the chair back. Now just be mindful that your chair legs are completely on your mat here and not on a sliding surface so that the chair doesn't slide out from under you. If you're still concerned about the chair sliding out from under you, move to a wall and have the chair up against a wall and it won't go anywhere. Because of my space here in my house, that doesn't really work for filming, so I'm just gonna show you here as is. So from here, my props out of the way, you'll step back slightly. So it's not way far back, but it's far enough back so that I can be a little bit long in my upper body, You're holding on to the chair back, and then you'll begin to point your right toes, and then begin to bring that right knee in towards your chest. Stretch the leg back, the toes are still hovering, and then lift the leg up. Tap the toes down, knee pulls in, leg stretches back, and you lift the leg back up. So that's the sequence. You pull the knee in, stretch the leg out, lift the leg, and then down. Knee in, stretch the leg out, lift the leg up, and down. So keep these going. And notice if you're opening your hip a lot to get that leg to lift, that's not the point here. The idea is to really keep your pelvis square, so facing down towards the chair. Then notice how I'm not really letting my low back arch here. My upper body is staying nice and stable. So it's as if you're in plank pose on the floor, but you're not. And yes, you're probably going to start feeling quite a bit of work in your left leg. Calf, outer glute, probably a little hip flexor and quad. We have 4 more rounds, my friends. You got this. Keep it going. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And set the foot down, rest. Just push your hips back and let your chest dip down. You can bend your knees from side to side to release that work. If you need to come up and shake your wrists out, shake your wrists out and roll them out. And then just know that some of the upper body stuff, I know it can be intense on the wrists, but just know that you're building a lot of strength in your wrists to do some really cool things. When I started training my wrist strength, I was so happy that I was able to open cans of jars by myself. It's the little things, right? All right, my friends. So from here, let's go ahead and do the other side, and then I promise we'll get off of our hands for a little bit. So from here, find that plank pose, hands at the chair, and then begin to lift your left toes up. They hover, and then begin to bring the knee in, stretch the leg out, lift the leg up, tap it down. Knee in, out, up, tap it down. Keep these going, my friends. You got this. Those of you that might be using the resistance band, you'll notice that your range is much smaller, which is perfect. Not about big movements here. It's about really tapping into those little stabilizer muscles. They do so much work for us. Maybe try to set some sort of breath rhythm. Maybe exhale the knee in, inhale, stretching out, lifting up and down. Keep this going. You might notice that you start to feel the intensity in that opposite leg, maybe quicker or slower on this side. Our sides are different. Notice if you're starting to let that low back go, try to keep the core really engaged. So even though you're probably feeling a lot in your upper body and in that supporting leg, your core is doing a lot of work here. And in case you're wondering, it's 4 more. Stay with it, stick with it. Almost there. It's just 2 more. Last one. And set it down. Rest, stretch your hips back. Breathe into it. All right, my friends, so you enjoyed stretching that out. And then when you're ready to move on, you can set your chair off to the side for a moment. We won't be using it until our next little series. We're actually going to come down onto our backs. If you're using that booty band, you'll go ahead and take the band off or off from your legs. And if you're choosing to use weights, you'll want to have your weights nearby. So you'll begin to make your way down onto your backs. And I'm going to use my little 7-pound weights that I have. Knees will begin to float over your hips. Your cans of beans, your wine bottles, or your weights, whatever you're using for your upper body, will float right over your shoulders. From here, begin to reach your arms straight back as far as your shoulders will allow, and then begin to lift your arms up. We now roll all the way up and sit up here. From here, we'll begin to turn the palms forward and then bend your arms out to the sides and then press up. We'll do that 2 times. Bend down, press up. Keep your weight slightly forward as you roll all the way down back to your starting position. So here we go. Arms go back, nice and slow. Lift them back up. Use that momentum to roll all the way up to sitting. Bend the arms out to the sides and press up. And then you bend the arms out, press up. Remember to turn the palms back in as you roll all the way down back to the starting position. Arms float back, nice and controlled. Arms come back up, using that momentum to lift up and press. Good. Press. You can do this without weights as well. I prefer to do this with weights. It makes me feel as if I have a little bit of control with the momentum here. I almost think weights make it a little bit easier, believe it or not. So as you roll down, really draw the low belly in. Try to make it as slow as possible. And that movement fluid as you take your arms back, and then you lift them back up. Good, keep these going. You got this. This is really it for floor core work. Nice job, my friends. It's just 3 more. These kind of sneak up on you. Stay with it. Keep breathing. All right, my friends, last one. You got this. We'll knee on our backs. All the way down, slow, and rest. Let it go. Nice work. TikTok your legs a little side to side. Next time your knees are over to the right side of your mat, just let them rest there for a moment. And then we'll bring the legs back up through center over to the other side. All right, bring the legs back in. Hug the knees in. Start to rock back and forth along your spine. And then we'll eventually all come up to our hands and knees from here. And then we'll layer onto that plank variation we just did a little while ago on the chair. So from here, I'm actually giving you 2 options for this. So we'll all step back into plank pose. Option 1 is to drop the left knee right where it is. So notice how it's not right underneath my hip. It's slightly back, so you're still getting that work of plank. So we'll all begin to bring that right knee into the chest, stretch the leg out, lift it, tap down, knee pulls back in, stretch it back, lift it up, tap it down. Keep these going, or maybe you'll do this in full plank pose. It's up to you. I've already done one class today, so I'm doing this on my knees. There's nothing wrong with that. If this is a lot on your upper body, come back to the variation that we did on the chair. So you're welcome to bring the chair back in. It's just 2 more, I know. If you're in that full plank, stay with it, you got this. 1 more. And set it down, knees down, just rest. Whatever you need to do here. If you're resting in child's pose, if you're just sitting back, just catch your breath. Now, for those of you that really want to amp it up, you of course could add your resistance band around your thighs. I know we didn't do it on the other side, but trust me, you'll have an opportunity to even it out. So yes, we're gonna finish this round, and then we got another round after this. So, but you got it. All right, let's just go ahead and do it. So find your variation of plank, whether it's usually easier to set it up from full plank to begin with, and then to drop the other knee down, and then let's get in it. The left knee pulls in, stretch the leg back, lift the leg up, tap it down. You pull the knee in, stretch the leg out, lift the leg up, tap it down. Keep these going, my friends, you got this. So really do your best to keep that pelvis nice and neutral. It's a little bit hard here, I know. So you're really trying to hug that right hip up and in, left hip. It's trying to maintain that equal level with that right hip. It's 5 more, you got this. Stay with it. Breathe into it. Last 3. 2. Last one, you got it, you got it. And set it down, let it go. All right. We won't be on our hands for a little bit. Gotta check my time. All right, we're doing good. So from here, I'm actually gonna turn to face the camera to demo this, but just know that we will be doing this with our feet on the mat, facing forward long to the mat, but for demoing purposes, I think it'll make more sense for you to see it this way to begin with. So, yes, we're gonna sit on the chair. How nice is that? So, we're going to we'll start with the left leg. Your left leg will stretch straight out in front of you. Right knee is bent. And you'll want to have that right knee somewhere over your right heel or ankle or even slightly back. Then, without bearing too much weight in your left heel, we're gonna stand all the way up. Then we're gonna sit back down without plopping, nice. Bring that left foot in, and then a big jump, and then slow sit down. We're staying on the same side, so the left leg goes forward straight. We stand up with control. You sit back down with control. Try not to kerplunk. Left foot comes in, big explosion up. We got this. All right, I'm gonna turn so that you can see it from the side. And I will count those 2 if you did them. If not, you gotta make up for them. So same side, it's only the left leg going straight out in front of you. Now, if you felt also when you tried this the first time, if it was a little wobbly, maybe move towards the wall so you have something to catch onto, or grab another chair, or move your chair towards the countertop. But same thing, make sure your chair isn't on anything slippery, because that's not very good to sit back in if the chair's not there. All right, let's do this. So press into that right foot, stand all the way up. It's a slow sit down, slow, slow, slow. Left foot in, big jump up and down. Left foot goes up. Stand all the way up. Sit down slow. That's where the work is. Left foot in and explode up. Keep these going. That's 3. Whew. Make sure you're breathing. Big jump up and down. It's 4. Whew. Your jumps do not have to be super, super high. It could be something like a calf raise if jumping is a little scary. So remember, we're burning out that right leg. Nice. You're like, oh, this is easy. Try keeping that left leg hovering the whole time. I'm not there. Otherwise, I would show you. But I think you get the idea. Whew. We have 4 more. You got this. Make sure you're breathing. 3 more. Remember, it can be a calf raise. 2 more. Maybe just play and try to keep that left leg hovering as you stand up. I think this is the last one. We'll do 1 more after this just for good measure. Ooh, find your balance. Humor me, 1 more. Whew. Big jump and rest. Whew. Maybe grab a drink of water. Know that our next round on the other side, we're almost done. We just have 1 more thing after our next side. Yes, your heart rate will probably be elevated. A little cardio. Whew. All right, my friends, let's do this. Other side. So remember, you have the option to just keep the leg out, or if your super human powers allow you to keep your right leg elevated and stand all the way up, that's something to work towards, right? You can imagine your leg is floating. All right, let's do this. Stand all the way up. It's a slow control. Just sit down, and then you lift up. This side is harder for me, as you can see. Whew. So you kind of know the pattern on this round. You're still moving with control. Lots of core control as you sit your booty back. Lots of control as you rise up. Or fall on your face. So again, bar is crazy hard. So kudos to you for just showing up and trying this class. Laughing, yes, for sure. This is ridiculous, right? Good. You're well past halfway. Whew. Almost there, my friends. We're right at that 4 count mark. 4 more. Sound effects help. Whew. 3 more. You got this. 2 more. All right, last one. Yes. And jump. Whew, you made it. Let that go. All right, my friends. So let's just go ahead and get this last little thing done and over with. I got a quick stretch for you, and you're done. So from here, options are come back to that plank variation that we did on the back of the chair here, or you'll come to the plank variation on your hands and knees. Maybe you're doing that plank variation with the booty band or that resistance band. Sorry, my gym trainer calls these booty bands around your thighs. So set it up. You're either on the chair or you're in plank pose here or plank pose with the left knee down. Final set. Let's do this. Lift the leg up, pull the knee in. Stretch the leg out. Lift the leg up, tap it down. Knee in, out, up, down, in, back, up, down. Keep it going. Whew. Nice work, my friends. It's like the last one. It takes everything in you to keep going. You're already down to your last 4. 3. Keep it going. 2. Last one. Yep. And set it down. Rest. Just for a few moments. Whew. Man, it's sweaty. Feels good to be in your body though, right? Yes. All right, let's just go ahead and get this done and over with. Last push. So we all started plank in one way or another, using your right knee or not. Lift the left leg up and bring it in. Stretch it out. Lift it up and down. Knee in. Back. Up. Tap it down. Bring it in. Back. Up. Tap it down. You got this. Notice how my upper body, it's not moving a whole lot. I'm not doing cat-cow type things here. Pelvis is nice and square. Breath is fluid. Maybe. Whew. Final 4. You got this. Come back to it if you were rusty. You can do this. Last 3. Good job, my friends. Last 2. Last one. Rest. Let it go. All right, my friends. From here, just make your way all the way down onto your backs. Just enjoy being on the floor. Begin to cross your right ankle over your left upper thigh for that figure 4 stretch or supine pigeon. And then as we're holding here, we're just gonna take some gentle rocks from side to side. Very small, they don't have to be large. And then meet me in the middle. You're welcome to stay here. Or if you want to hug that left knee in and grab on to the back of your left thigh, you're invited to. If you feel like this is too much, then just rest your foot down and stay as you are. We're here for about 5 cycles of breath. Giving your body time to cool down. A little stretch. And then you can be on your way. If you hug your knees in towards your chest, release the foot down and cross the right foot, cross the left foot over the right thigh. We first begin by those little gentle rocks from side to side. And the next time you come into the middle, pause. Either keep your feet as they are or draw the legs in, grabbing on behind the left, right thigh, or you can grab onto the shin. It's up to you. Few more breaths here. If you tuck your knees in, place your right foot down. Release the feet. Give your knees a nice squeeze. Place your feet down on the mats. Join your feet together and let your knees open to the sides. You can do whatever you want with your upper body here. We'll just be here for about 10 rounds of breath. And perhaps breathing a little gratitude towards just moving your body for 30 minutes, getting the blood flowing, maybe breaking a little bit of a sweat. Hopefully you found a little bit of a smile or even a giggle or two with your class. You are welcome to stay exactly as you are here if this is really comfortable for you. Or if you would like to bring your knees in, you can give yourself one more squeeze. And I just ask that as you lie down and rest, that you give yourself just this minute of rest. We're not going to do a very long Shavasana, just about a minute to let our body and our nervous system to calm down before we go on to whatever we're on to go to next. So enjoy these next few moments, just resting, breathing. So know that you are, of course, welcome to stay exactly as you are. I actually recommend you staying in Shavasana for, another 3 to 4 minutes if you have that time and available in your day. If you don't have that time, then we'll say we've completed class. Virtual high fives for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. There's more to come with me leading more bar classes as we're going through this time. And I hope to see you on here live sometime soon. So until then, thank you so much and namaste.